Okay, so today we're going to be making dandelion honey. It's also referred to as dandelion syrup. I think it depends on how thick you want to make it. I picked these this morning. Pretty decent day. For this recipe, we're only going to be needing about 250 flowers. There's more than that here. I will be freezing the rest to make some dandelion wine at a later date. So what you want to do is you bring them in, wash them off, dry them, make sure you get all the bugs and stuff off of them. Don't pick any from areas that have been sprayed or anything like that, and you're going to want to pick them in the middle of the day when they're open and are not closed up, and they're obviously not white. So you bring them in after you wash them off and everything, and you're going to want to cut off the middle, the base part of it. It's bitter. All you're going to want is just the petals. You can get some of the green in there, that's not a big deal. But you cut those off, and then you throw them in your pot. And once you get 250 of those, then we will start cooking them. Alright, now that we got all those cut up, and I got bagged up the rest of these, I counted the first one, which is 250, and then I filled the rest up about where the first one was filled up, so because it's not an exact recipe, but that's how much I ended up with today. Now these are the ones that I cut the cores out of. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 6 cups of water. By the way, you can cut this recipe in half. It's 250 flowers, 6 cups of water, and I'm going to pour it in here. I'm going to put it on the stove. I'll bring it to a boil for about a minute, and then I'm going to cover it, and I'm just going to let it sit off the heat. I'm going to let it sit overnight, and then tomorrow we'll mix in about 5 cups of sugar, and then we'll simmer it until it dissolves and thickens. We'll do that tomorrow. Okay, here it is the next morning, and we have strained out all the petals. As you can see, we got a nice amber colored water, and this is the deal left over. You want to strain it through a cheesecloth or something like that. I used the top of this, and just used a paper towel over it because I don't have any cheesecloth. It worked out fairly well. You're going to want to squeeze as much water out as you can, but try not to get any petals back into the water. Now we're going to put it back on the stove, and we're going to add 5 cups of sugar, and we're going to slowly simmer it until it thickens up. So we'll be right back. Okay, now that we got the sugar added in, just going to stir it up slowly, leave it on low, let it heat slowly and dissolve. This may take a while for it to thicken up all the way. So just stir it up and then let it sit, and then come back and stir it every now and then. When it starts to thicken, then we'll pull it off the heat. Okay, now that all the sugar has dissolved, we brought it up to about 6 on the stove. It's a steady boil, and we're going to keep it there until it gets the consistency that we want. If you're wanting more of a syrup, you're going to want it to pull it off sooner. If you want more of a honey, thicker solution, then you're going to want to leave it on a little longer. Just keep dipping your spoon in and seeing how it runs off until it gets the consistency that you desire. Okay, now here's my finished product. As you can see, it's thickened up. When you go to let it drip, you can see, if it'll focus here. Maybe not, but you can see how much it's thickened up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to can one. You may want to water bath can it. I don't think you need to pressure can the honey, but I'm just going to put it in and can it and let it cool, because I plan on using it fairly soon. The other one is going to go into the fridge. So that is it. Enjoy. And one last little tidbit, in case you were wondering exactly how much that would yield. This is what I ended up with. So I will be putting 2 in the cabinet, and the other one will go in the fridge for the time being.